What's up, guys, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. As you can see, I'm in a brand new studio space. I've curated this office space now for over a month. I've had all pre-recorded videos up that whole time. It's been nothing but love, stress, and just I'm so happy it's finally done. It's not 100% done. There's still some spots in the office that need to be taken care of. Like I got a bookshelf right over here. I still have to figure all that out, and my desk is almost completely done. I do have a brand new desk. It's a lot bigger. I'm still trying to figure out where I want my monitors and everything. So the videos are going to constantly change. Right now, I'm just recording from this angle because it's the first video. I'm just trying to see which angles I like and everything. So this is all just going to organically happen over time, and then eventually I'm going to do a whole office studio tour video reveal for you guys. But for now, we got this dope backdrop, got all my records hanging up right here, got my vinyl collection back in the room. This was a pain in the butt to move out of this space. I got over 600 records. I counted them. I have to go through more and just kind of sift through them, get rid of them, get new records. We got some guitars on the wall now too. This is something I've always wanted. I wanted a nice staple piece with guitars, and you got the Stones logo there still. It's an iconic piece that's been with the channel since the beginning so far, so I kind of wanted to keep that up there, and it's just really cool to look at. I mean, it's the Stones, man. But anyway, this is the studio, and this is what you're going to be seeing in the future videos. Like I said, the camera is going to be moving around, and we'll figure it out as time goes on. Guess what time of the month it is? It's my favorite time and yours. It's the monthly album redesign. And this month we have an awesome record. I've been thinking about this design since the beginning of the month when I knew this office was going to be in shambles, and I didn't even know if I was going to be able to design it, but I designed it, and it's exactly how I envisioned it, which is really cool. When you envision something and then you can design it exactly how you envision it, that's always a great task. And the other cool thing is too is that with this band that we did the album redesign for, they just dropped an anthology and some new remastered songs, along with a bunch of hidden gems like a 4-part movie series coming out soon, and it's just a perfect time in this band's universe right now. So it's pretty cool to be able to do this album redesign. It was extremely hard to kind of disassociate from that original album cover and kind of make it your own. But you have that thing in your mind where you always envision this album cover whenever you hear the name. Think about it in a way that makes it fun and different and interesting. Let's get into that now. But first, before we get into it, the monthly album redesign consists of me picking out one album from my record collection behind me, and then I go in and redesign the whole album cover and just see what we can make of it. And usually we come out with really cool stuff, and sometimes there's some duds, but either way, it's all about doing cool things, talking about music, making cool designs, and creating art. That's all it's about. That's all this channel is about. So if you like that, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the new backdrop. For the continued comments and the outreach, it really means a lot. But yeah, on that note, let's get into the video, shall we? So the album we're talking about this month is Abbey Road. This is a legendary, iconic record. Abbey Road came out in 1969, created by the Beatles themselves. Paul McCartney, John Lennon, Ringo Starr, and George Harrison made some of the most iconic, revolutionary, life-changing songs on this album, from Come Together to Here Comes the Sun. Every single song on this album is just life-changing. This is probably one of my favorite Beatles albums. I love them all, but this one is probably my favorite. Sgt. Pepper's is up there too, but this one, for some reason, since I've been a kid, this album has just this is what made me become a Beatles fan. Right after Rubber Soul, this album sold me on the band all those years ago, and it still holds up all these years later, and it's just a phenomenal record. From the iconic imagery from them walking across the street at Abbey Road there to all the amazing songs on the record. Great record, and it just so happens to be my favorite year when it came out too, 1969. Also, the legendary Woodstock happened in the same year. This is a legendary record, and I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't listened to it yet, because there's too many good songs for you to have listened to it. And that's what we're redesigning today. So with that being said, let's get into the album redesign. Abbey Road, let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to take you through some of the process of designing this album art. I didn't record any of the initial process because I was just kind of doing it in the spare time that I had while finishing this office/studio space. So what I'm going to do now is kind of take you through some of the process and explain why I did what I did. Don't mind the little fuzzy thing on my shoulder. I'm working with some new audio equipment. So yeah, so we got the Illustrator file opened up here, and the album that we're doing is Abbey Road, of course. So Abbey Road by the Beatles. It's really difficult to take an iconic album like Abbey Road and disassociate yourself from the original because it's so iconic. I mean, like Sgt. Pepper up there, or like Dark Side of the Moon, those album artworks are so special and they've been around forever. It's so hard to just take something from that and then make it as fun and interesting and cool as the original. So this was pretty difficult, but I had this really awesome idea in my mind, like a blacklight-ish poster, and I wanted it to be fun and trippy in a way because the album came out in 1969 '89, so it was still in that psychedelic 60s era there. I still wanted it to be fun, psychedelic, trippy, very colorful. And obviously the original album artwork isn't that colorful and trippy look. Plain picture of them walking across the street of Abbey Road. So what I did is I took, instead of using the spiral tool in Adobe Illustrator, I used the polar grid tool. And then what I did is I changed the polar grid tool options to 5 and 5 because I didn't want an extreme amount of lines in the polar grid. So I'll just show you an example here. You do 20 dividers, and then when you do it, you see you get this extreme amount of lines, which is fine if that's what you're going for, but I didn't want that. I wanted it very simple when it came to the spiral. Here, I just went 5 and 5. I didn't want to do anything too drastic. You grab it kind of right above the middle. See all these lines here? That shows you got half of it. And then, so what I did is I just do cut, paste, and place. That basically cut it, and then it pasted it back in the same spot, but now it's its own entity, if you will. And then what we can do is we can then grab that half and then just kind of move it to wherever we want it. And now you can see we got all these little lines going all over the place. And I just got rid of all these lines in the center here because we don't need them for a spiral. And then I just kind of went around and then got rid of all the little pieces that I did not want because I wanted to just be a simple spiral. And this is just a lot easier than actually using the spiral tool because you get exactly what you're looking for. There it is. There's our little spiral. Okay, so now we got the spiral. We got rid of everything that we needed to get rid of. And then what I basically did was I just made this stroke and we did like a 20. So when we clicked on it, we went to Effect, Distort and Transform, Roughen. From here, I wanted to have like a flowy cloud feeling to it, so then we can just kind of take this, make it smooth, and you get that little squiggle to it. This was a little too much for me. So then we just back it off a little bit, ever so slightly. The more you go with the size, the crazier you're looking to get. We just backed it off. We'll just rock with 5 for right now. That basically shows you what I was working with. So then we got this wiggly line, and then some of it's kind of messed up. You can kind of go in and fine tune it specifically how you want it. I just added a couple more shapes. Kind of blend together pretty well. We'll add this little piece right here. Shift click, pull down, and then you just add it right there. And then eventually we came to this piece right here. And this was the end result for me. Yeah, and then I just took the Abbey Road silhouette, and then we just threw that on top. I took them individually and like kind of precisely placed them to where it looked like they were walking around the spiral here. And then after that, just took it and dragged and dropped into Photoshop. And here you can see on the final design with the spiral and then walking along Abbey Road there. Kind of looks like they're walking on the clouds, which is pretty cool. So then I just added this really cool font with the Beatles and the Abbey Road. This font's called Ducky, and the way it's bubbly really feels like the 60s and feels like fun and interesting. So what we did was we just took a drop shadow on the Beatles and Abbey Road and then added a stroke. So it gave this nice dimension 3D textured look to it. And then we added some stars, and I sourced out these pictures of the band and then gave them like a really hard mix on Photoshop. Made them really grainy looking, almost Xerox looking. I wanted that pigment to be really like pink and green and have those hues to really make them stand out and make it look like a blacklight poster. And then up here we added the PCS, which is the SKU number for the record in the UK. We just got some stars to add to the composition and everything, make it more fun and bubbly feeling, the typeface and whatnot. I really like how it turned out. I took inspiration from the album Let It Be. Also, while trying to make it fun and psychedelic, we'll take off these 2 textures, and this is the original composition you're seeing right now. In my original idea and design, I wanted to have the boxes be purple, but after messing with the different textures and adding different layers with hues and brightnesses and contrasts and everything, I decided to go with the black. So this is the back cover. It's essentially the same thing as the front cover, designed in a different fashion. I use all the pieces from the front cover and just make it more fun, interesting. And then we got the track listing, side 1, side 2, all the songs. I got the pictures of all the guys down here. So I just added the Abbey Road swirl here just for something more fun and whimsical feeling and playful and everything. Yeah, so we got the Abbey Road up at the top with the guys walking across, and I did it backwards just for some dynamic there. And then we got the swirl here and then the swirl over here on the right side. We got the guys, added some more stars to kind of tie all the stars from the front cover onto the back cover. Got the stars in the corner and the stars on the Abbey Road and the Beatles. It kind of feels very 70s disco feeling to me, actually, looking at it now, but it's still fun. Like I said, whimsical and cool and special. I love how it turned out. I love how it's got that Xerox texture to it. We got this line here that just kind of happened naturally, and I left it because it came with the texture and just how it looks like it's off-centered and like it's like misprinted, if you will. It just gives it that authentic vibe that I love and I look for in all my designs. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed that design. We'll do a little montage right now of the design so you can see everything with the record mock-up. But yeah, so that's the album redesign for the month of August. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was so much fun to make. It was absolutely chaotic with all the studio office stuff going on with the renovations and everything. Stay tuned for more videos. We got more stuff for you guys coming up. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so glad that my office is finally done, even though it's not completely done. I'm so glad my office is finally done and you guys finally get to see it too, because honestly, this was one of the biggest things that I wanted to do ever since creating my YouTube channels. I wanted to be able to shoot videos in my previous office, and now in my new office. It's just going to be really cool, and it's just going to keep growing, and it's going to be so awesome to watch it just change and morph into something organic and beautiful, and just a space where me and you can just talk about music and graphic design and everything in between and life, and it's so awesome, and I'm so stoked. So, but yeah, if you guys like that, please leave a like and comment. It helps out so much. Let me know what album I should redesign next month, and any recommendations helps out so much. So I can't thank you guys enough. This is all thanks to you guys. And with that being said, thank you guys for checking out the video. As always, be safe, always rock and roll, and peace.